All right, guys. Well, I am here with Jordon Mier. So excited to for this interview because I think their story will resonate with a lot of you out there listening who are dealing with weight loss and having busy schedules and all that good stuff. So I guess let's just kind of get into like the origin story of things. Like uh, give me like a little bit of context if you don't mind, like where you were like 2 months ago before we met.
So, like, I was on, well, I was at 208 pounds.
Mm,
Um, but I was basically like not getting in pretty much any exercise at all. Like, I'm just a typical 35-year-old gamer. Like, my wife and I just hang out and playing video games, like eating terrible food. Like, we would always just eat whatever we could, whatever was most convenient. Like, I didn't go out and do much besides my job that was a few days a week or whatever, just going out and like being in a warehouse. So I really didn't exercise much at all. And I just hadn't got out and done anything, especially because my back injury. I was just worried about skating. And I think I reached you about having like some stuff that would help out with my back, like what I could do to like help like try and exercise and build my back up. Well, I have four herniated discs. So after we talked about it or whatever, you and I, we just kind of discussed about the idea of like going full force on it and just trying to get back into shape of what I used to be. And I was a big boy a couple months ago.
yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, I mean, like a lot of your story kind of reminded me of my other client, Andrew. He's got a ton of he's got a crazy schedule too. He's got a lot of stuff going on his end, and he's also dealt with like a few injuries here and there. So, but yeah, I mean, like it all kind of makes sense with the that mindful our mindful growth method that we use, where it's like it's all based on what you have available. We can kind of center things around that and then just kind of work off of that and see what how we can best serve you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it had been a couple of years since I'd been like actually active. So, and before that, I had done like a crazy keto diet, intermittent fasting or whatever, and all this, and that helped me drop weight. But it wasn't obviously I didn't keep it up forever. Nobody's eating meat and nothing else for like it was brutal, dude. It was brutal.
Yeah,
The smell of
yeah,
eggs was getting me. I couldn't take it anymore.
yeah, dude, I get that.
So
But well, yeah, I mean, like, so from your experience, like, this like a download an app and get a cookie cutter routine?
no, 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 no. So that's the main thing that sold my wife and I on it was the fact of like you and I went over exercises that were beneficial for my back to do. Like they're actually, it's not. It was nice having that person that told me like the guidance on what I should do. And then like if something was uncomfortable, like we did a couple exercises that were uncomfortable and we mix it up from there. You were like, okay, well, this is that. So why don't you try these stretches for a while instead of doing that exercise? And then we'll just mix in this and this instead of what was previously not working or had a bit of an issue. So it was that aspect that sold us on it, that I could always have somebody reach out to and like, hey, look, like this is not working for me, this hurts, what should I do?
Mhm.
So, and the fact that there's a team of y'all, like and it's not even just one thing either. It's not like it's just the exercise. It's like the accountability is huge for me. It's just having somebody else there. I don't want to let anybody else down, and it's not just on me anymore.
Yeah.
And then like there is a cost involved, and it almost like helps me, I guess. Like it almost helps like push. It's like, hey, dude, like you for this or whatever. Like I paid $20 for a gym that I never go to, but this is something else entirely different. You know what I mean? I feel like it's not just you. I have like a team of people that are like, hey, look, you should eat these things. You should do these exercises. If this is bothering you, then do these stretches to try and help it out and change it up and do this exercise. Like
Yeah.
it's not a, I don't have, I looked at a couple exercise apps and they all look really good at first and you go do one day of it and then I never mess with it again.
Yeah.
So
Sure. Um,
the app thing didn't work for me. I did a few of those. It wasn't that wasn't for me.
Yeah. But this one, it seemed like, it sounds like this one sounded, or it sounds like this one kind of worked for you then.
Yeah, this is quite a bit more of a routine, and it's nice. I get on my phone, I check it out, and it's in the beginning I was really like super concrete on it every single day, and then sometimes now things like, you know what, life just came up, and like
Yeah.
yesterday I didn't do my exercises yesterday because I destroyed 3 of my fingers in a fence. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like, we're going to the gym tonight at 9 o'clock, and I'm curious to see how lifting weights is going to be, but I'll just use a lot of my palm, I guess. So,
Yeah.
well, you know what I mean? But like, it's adjustable, and it's the if something like that happens, I normally message you about it, and I'm like, hey, dude, I can't make it today. Like, I'm gonna get to it tomorrow, and I'll just push my workouts back one day, and then I'll get back to it again on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
we'll just swap it back over. So
Sure.
I don't know, the understanding plus the accountability.
Mm.
Like, if I just miss a day on the app, well, then maybe the next day I miss it again.
Yeah.
And then maybe the next day I miss it again. Oh no, today's kind of tough. Like, I'll just miss it again. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
but it's not fine. Like, that's how you just fall back out of it again.
Right.
I
Yeah.
will say the only thing that I truly, besides reading that book, I should really get on that. But
Yeah.
for two, the cigarettes, that's a 14-year habit that I'm working on kicking. So I have not been keeping up with that one, and that's why I don't check them off.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it is what it is. Like, I know that I'm working towards that, and I consciously think about it. You know what I mean? If it's just an app, I don't give a damn
Yeah.
if I'm disappointing that thing. But
Yeah.
like, sometimes I'll go to have a cigarette, and I'm like, I just had one. Like, I should probably
Yeah.
keep my number down a little bit lower today. Like, I'll be all right. Like, I'm hanging out.
Daily
So
actions, man. Daily actions. Just doing
yeah,
what you know you need to do.
it's just the little things that, like, there's a lot of them, and that
Yeah.
that helps for me. I have, ADD like everybody else on this planet, but like, it it helps me focus on them. I'm like, okay, well, today's task needs to get taken care of. Like, cool, you know what I mean? And I drop you
Yeah.
like a message whenever my weight goes down like a pound or something. Like, I'm like, oh shit, like, here we are. Like, today, 188.
Yeah, dude.
Official
Yeah.
official 20 pounds. It's an official 20 pound
20 pounds and 20
20 pounds.
pounds and
Less than 2 months.
yeah,
Less than
7 weeks. 7 weeks. That's
Yep.
crazy, dude. And I know you got the win pretty quickly. And like I said, like what point during the program did you feel like it was all worth it?
Um at Whenever I started noticing the scale go down, I mean, that's for sure, because like, it was effort putting into it. So like, I tend to dive into this like super heavy. I just The first few weeks of it, I feel like I did every single bit exactly how I should. I ate exactly how I should. I did not allow anything at all. And that's when I started noticing, like, hey, this is working. And now I've more come to realize, like, I don't yesterday I had peanut butter crackers at work because I was starving, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Out of all the options in this vending machine, this is the one that lines up best. Like,
Yeah.
it's really helping with like the conscious decisions. It's not I don't have to be 1,000% on it all the time.
Hmm.
I have to think about it 100% of the time. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's
So
that's the whole purpose of the mindful growth method that we use here. So I'm glad that it's working for you.
yeah,
Um,
it's just, dude, I can have macaroni and cheese like every once in a while. It's just
yeah.
every
Yeah.
night with pizza and Taco Bell and this and that. So it's been nice having that focus. And then the diet guide is probably the most helpful thing on this planet. Also, second most helpful thing. First is my wife. That
Yeah.
woman is a saint, and she has, man,
Yeah. Yeah, she's great.
she's been taking care of it. The diet thing has been a really big thing for me, and like keeping stuff out of the house that's just not, like, has no purpose. Like, if there's ice cream here, I'm gonna eat it
Right.
for
Right.
sure,
Yeah. I
for
know.
sure.
I know. But I
So
mean, being mindful of it, knowing that about yourself and
yeah,
knowing that as long as there's a little bit of friction between you and that thing, then it's a little easier to kind of stay away from it.
yeah.
And if you do end up having some, again,
I
like
had some ice cream the other day,
that's
and
okay.
I'm still down. I'm down.
Hey,
I'm down to
you're still
188
down
now. I don't.
20
I
pounds.
realize. Yeah, I'm not trying to force myself to not have the things that I want. Like, I've had. Hell, I could probably count the things that I've cheated on in the past 2 months.
Yeah.
genuinely could count them. And that's what I want to keep it at, is a number that I can actually count. Like, okay, I can see how many times that like I let myself enjoy the things that I want.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the time, it's time to focus up. Like, it's what I
Right.
have to do, for now. Like,
Yeah.
it's strict, and we've got certain goals we're trying to reach by a certain amount of time. And it's like, I have to do these things exactly how. And you give all of the steps necessary to get there.
Yeah.
So
And do you feel, I guess, like for the audience, like do you feel like the support you've gotten from our coaches would help others who are also struggling with weight loss and some of the
uh,
similar struggles that you've had?
yeah, for sure. Like, there's a lot more people like me. I play World of Warcraft, bro. Like, I literally just spend all day on a computer sometimes with like 35-year-old dudes that are overweight. And I'm like, yo, you could, like, you just have to snap one day. Like, you just have to, like, all right, well, now it's enough. Like,
Hmm.
and that's it. I just snapped.
Yeah. Yeah. It was time. You realized it was time. Um, and I guess like, you're a busy guy. Like what part was the most challenging, and what part of our program kind of helped you through the challenge of like your busy schedule and stuff like that?
Diet's definitely the hardest part, no matter
Hmm.
what. And I actually don't even like calling it a diet. Like, mindful eating is
Hmm.
like the way to think about it, I guess. Like, it's not a diet. It's just, hey, this has a ton of fat in it. You shouldn't eat it like
Hmm.
you every day. Like, it makes sense now. Like, I'm probably still gonna be hitting you up for some recipes, like,
I mean, yeah, we got new
after
ones every
we're
month.
done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
hope
got
that's
you.
more like a lifetime warranty kind of thing.
Yeah, I
Because
got
for
you.
real, it's like, it's just it's really helped being able to see like the things that I need to eat, and like how much of it.
Mm,
Like, having a nutritionist person be like, hey, look, this is how many ounces of meat you need to eat with this large of a serving of vegetables. And like, if I'm hungry, I'll eat more.
hmm.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Like, I'll have an extra little piece of steak. I'll just cut off an extra piece and then go to town on that. I'll grab an extra little couple spoonfuls of vegetables. What what's it gonna do? What's some meat and vegetables gonna do? But having the guidelines there is what really helps. So I almost feel like I'm cheating by just eating a little bit more of what's already incredibly healthy for me. Like,
hmm.
but the diet's the hardest part. I think the circuit exercises we were doing in the beginning, just because I'm so out of shape, I
Hmm.
guess, or was so out of shape, like, was so like not used to it, like they were proving to be pretty difficult towards the end, like first phase, I suppose.
Yeah,
But just the daily reminder that I had to do it was the best part. It was like popped up and it's like, hey, you got to do this today, and I'm like, gosh.
right. Yeah.
But like I said, it just kind of snapped one day. Like, it just has to be done. Like,
Hmm.
either that
And
or I can stay fat.
right, right, exactly. And like, how do you feel? But like, how did you feel before coming into the program, and how do you feel after, losing this 20 pounds? Like, what's it allowed you to kind of do? Have you noticed a difference in any aspects of your life?
I was at
Yeah.
that loop, and I'm
Uh-huh.
now at this loop.
There we go,
That's it.
dude. There we
These are
go,
my
dude.
work shorts. My pants keep falling down at work, and I was like, I had to pull one extra today. I was like,
Mm,
oh shit,
yeah.
like that. That's what feels good. I'm like, damn. All right, cool. All right, yeah. Belts up,
Have you
belts up
uh
a size.
have you been
And it
able to
wasn't even a
do
conscious thing. It was a necessary thing. Like, my pants were falling down. I was like, shit, man, why do my pants keep falling down? And I kept pulling them up. I was like, what is that?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
like,
I lost a bunch of
I
weight.
gotta pull that a little bit tighter now.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And like what is it do you feel like it's allowed you to do anything different now that maybe you weren't able to do before? Or have you noticed any kind of big changes there?
It sounds bad, but like, being a dude that was like that out of shape or whatever, bro, just bending over and picking up shit.
Hmm.
Like, to get stuff at work a lot, and like somebody dropped something today, and I just like snapped over and grabbed it, and she was like, well, yeah, your knees are a lot better than mine. And I was like, I'm 35, you're 20 something. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? I was like, don't even, like, I was a skateboarder for 14 years. Like, what do you mean my knees are better? I was like, no, I just do like 1,000 squats a week now. So
Right. Right. Yeah. So your knees
Yeah, no, I
kind
got
of
it. Like,
are better.
yeah, like it's just easier to do things. Like it's easier to function as a person. It's like the worst thing. Like that's what I hated about being fat. Not only was it being uncomfortable with just existing, putting on a t-shirt, embarrassing. Nope, this shirt makes me look bad. Nope, this one doesn't look good. Nope, like I it was enough.
Dude, we talked about it beforehand. Like I told you, at some point you're gonna be going out to eat with your wife, and you're gonna look at all those clothes, and everything's gonna be at your disposal, dude. You can pick whatever
I
you want.
I talked to somebody about that today. They were like, "Bro, you're gonna get to go shop too," and I was like, "No, I'm actually kind of excited about that." Like I never ever buy myself clothes, but like once our program time is over, like I expect to have myself pushed to a point that's different than I've ever looked in my life because I've gone from 150 to 160 up to 220 down to 175 up to 210 or 208 whatever I was. So like I've shifted quite a bit, but I've either gone from skinny small to like carrying the weight pretty well, honestly, but like
Hmm.
still being thick. Like
Hmm.
I've never been like physically in shape. Like
Yeah.
able to move stuff pretty freely. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah. And with the yo-yoing, I guess that you've experienced in the past, like do you feel like now, moving forward, that won't be a problem anymore? You kind of have a better understanding of how this works and that it is sustainable.
yeah, that's my thing. That's when I go back to like the nutrition. Like the
Yeah.
nutrition is 100% like it's a huge part of it. Like
Hmm.
just realizing like okay, yeah, like this is time. Like obviously you're not going to be in my pocket for the rest of my life, but like hey, look, I'm learning on like the things that I need to do. Like this is necessary. Like there's no way around it. Humans just can't eat whatever they want whenever they want all the
Right.
time and like not be like it's gonna happen. So
Right.
like yeah, yeah, I'm super confident. Like it just makes sense now. Like I know what I should have done, but having the guidance and like the hey, like I'd message you and be like, no, wait, is this cool? Like, yeah, no, that would be okay. Like this is fine. Like it that kind of guidance is what like I feel like going forward after we're no longer doing our program that like that'll be the easier part.
Hmm.
I feel like the getting back into the gym and like staying at the gym is going to be the harder part for
Yeah.
sure. Like it's going to flip flop.
Sure.
The,
Yeah.
the the nutrition was the hardest in the beginning, but I think that maintaining like a gym and whatever, like I don't like going to the gym. I don't like being in a room
I
full of
don't think
people.
you
Just
I don't think you'll necessarily need to go back to the gym as long as you can continue doing like kind of what you've been doing with us, figuring out how to make it work at home. You might not ever. I mean, if you don't want to go to the gym, you don't really ever need to.
yeah, I just mean like even like lifting weights and stuff. Like even at the house, like it is what it is. It's I like the I think one of the easiest things for me was just making sure that like I did stuff. And it was funny, I saw you doing it on your stream too, but I talked about that before I was watching your stream. But
Yeah.
like I just, whenever I'm playing League, if I die, I stand up, I grab my kettlebell and I bust out like as many squats as I can really quick. And like when I sit back down, I'm like breathing heavy and like sweating, like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like all right, get back to it. Like it's that kind of stuff I feel like is gonna stick with me for much longer as well.
Sure.
Like those are the things like it's just the little stuff. I just don't feel like being sedentary anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Like,
I would hope not. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I just don't. I get like 8 to 12,000 steps a day now. Like I have my days like on Sundays or something like that. If me and Lindsay just sit around just doing nothing for the entire day, maybe I don't get my steps. But then
yeah.
on Monday, I'm gonna push it harder and just
Yeah.
get more steps in and be like, well, I missed those, better make it up.
Yeah,
So
sure. Well, before I let you go, like, I guess tell everyone like where they can find you, what you're about, and if they have any questions or anything.
yeah, my God, what is my Instagram?
It's mango salmon, right?
Mango salmon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mango
Mango
salmon.
salmon. The best in Louisville.
That's right.
Um, Simply Ty shameless plug. Um, but yeah, that's my Instagram. I think my Facebook is private, but you can always message me on Instagram because I'm always on there for the other guys.
Mango salmon.
Um, Yeah.
Cool.
But
And
that's it, man.
okay. And if they're like a good fit and maybe on the fence about joining our mindful growth process, like what would you say to them?
Anybody that fits my profile, which is like a pretty decent, like large amount of like people out there. I feel like it's it's a cost up front for sure. Like, but it's not that bad, and I'm investing in my health, which is a big part of it. But like the kick in the ass and the continued support, like it's 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 what can take you from being where you are now to like being happy. And that's my thing, is I want to be able to just exist happy, like feel
Mm,
happy walking outside.
wow.
And that's
Yeah.
it's obtainable. I know it's obtainable. We've been doing it. So I'm
Yeah, dude.
crushing it. The diet's the biggest thing for sure, but like there's plenty of dudes out there that fit my profile that like just need that extra bit of push and accountability, and like it's nice.
Yeah, dude.
It's definitely what's helped me this time. So
Yeah, man, you've been crushing it. We're super happy with your progress, super proud of you. And yeah, that's everything from me, dude. So thank you for being here. I appreciate all
yeah,
the
of
help.
course.
And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, if you guys want to find us anywhere else, just check our um Facebook group out. I don't even know the name of it. It's so long. I'll I'll put that in the bottom of the video here. And then you can find me at Coach Brett Owens or Coach _Brett _Owens on Instagram. Appreciate y'all. Peace.